Debra Hester here, your host, and I'm open again after 5 years. Yes, welcome to the relaunch of Break the Silent Struggle with Grief in My Backyard Garden podcast. This is a space rooted in hashtag empathy for grief, for the loss of a loved one, or even the loss of a lifestyle. After a 5-year hiatus, I return with a deeper understanding of grief, not just as loss, but as a lifelong journey that calls for reflection, compassion, and healing. This podcast is a reflective walk through my book, My Backyard Garden, a memoir of how love conquers grief. Now part of a growing series of resources on grief, loss, and healing. This book and podcast encourages reflection, making each chapter and episode an invitation to explore your own journey. In every episode, I focus on breaking the silent struggle with grief. Season 2, episode 19 begins where season 1 left off by reflecting on chapter 1, A Change of Plans. I will share a few more insights from this chapter before moving to chapter 2, Intensive Care. Through this season, as your guide, I'll gently introduce reflective questions and approaches that may help you better understand where you are in your journey. So as you listen today, I invite you to simply be present. There is no right way to feel. Let's begin. Chapter 1 of my book ends with a moment of turbulence on an airplane, a moment that sort of woke me up to what was really happening. Grief has a way of changing how we experience time. Sometimes it moves too fast, sometimes it drifts slowly, and sometimes it feels like time stands still. You may remember watching the second hand on the clock movie. Whether you were ready or not, that second hand kept moving. And now with digital time, you look up and somehow 5 minutes have become 10 minutes. Time moves, whether we're moving with it or not. So when it was my mother's time, I believe I knew it, but I wasn't ready to accept it. She had lived a full and beautiful life, and still I was not ready for my mother to leave this earth. Because when we begin to accept time, we also begin to feel like we're running out of it. And who wants that feeling? So instead, we hold on. We hold on to moments, to memories, anything that can help us make sense of what we're feeling. And somewhere in that space, we begin to look for something encouraging. For me, it came in a single moment from a TSA agent at the airport. A moment I recognized but didn't fully embrace. And looking back, I understand now that encouragement was there to steady me during the turbulence. So I share this with you today. Don't ignore the encouragement that shows up for you. It's there. And maybe, just maybe, it's arriving exactly when you need it most. So be open again, even if it's been years. Even if you weren't ready then, you can be open now just like me. Be open again to heal. Thank you for spending time with me here in my backyard garden and listening to Break the Silent Struggle with Grief, episode number 19, Open Again. As you leave this space, I invite you to pause. Where are you in your journey today? There's no right or wrong answer, only awareness. You may choose to sit with that question, write your thoughts down, or return to it later. If you'd like a space to reflect, I've created a My Backyard Garden Reflection Journal to accompany each episode and chapter. You can download it from mothersbackyard.org. This is Debra Hester, and I remain committed to walking together as we break the silent struggle with grief. Move forward with more empathy, less sympathy, allowing space for healing. So tend your garden with grace, peace, and blessings.